If you're depressed because you might have to wait a whole nother 365 days before a new chapter of Berserk comes out, don't worry. I have something for you to read. Plus, I know where the author has been spending most of his time on. And I think you will like this one too, because a new struggler has been born. So let's talk about Duranki. And mind you that this manga doesn't move at a fast pace either. I just said I have something for you to read. I didn't say there was a plethora of chapters.
Why you always lying?
The story starts off something similar to Berserk. Yusum Galem, a child that was born by the gods and is neither man, woman, god, goddess, and hovers in hell and heaven, so it sits right in the middle. Basically, a hermaphrodite.
Oh, hell no!
We will call this child struggler number 2 because we got to pay homage to the first struggler, which is Guts. And he had a similar story, but the difference was he was born of a dead woman and not by gods, and was a dude. Ever since then, he has been catching hell and fighting to stay alive. Now that we have established the connection between Duranki and Berserk, let's continue on with the story. The parents of Yusum Galem has sent Yusum Galem away with a charm to protect it. Anyone else thinking of Bailet? Now you won't believe where they sent Yusum Galem to. The child was discovered by Noah himself. Don't believe me? Well, look at this. See this art? Is this not a Noah reference? I believe this is the timeline we are in. So Noah and his wife checked to see what gender Yusum Galem is, and they were quite surprised because there was both you know what down there. So let's talk about the pre-struggle. Yusum was trying to catch the sheep god entity named Pan. Wait, like Peter Pan? Maybe that's just a coincidence. Pan was causing the sheep not to be heard with the music he was playing. So Yusum asked Pan to herd the sheep, since Pan was attracting the sheep to him. Pan said, no. Unless you catch me first, then I'll help you. And off to the races they went. So Pan kept getting away, causing Yusum to be knocked off the dog named Fawawa. Now these names just keep getting interesting. Yusum is riding on Fawawa with a no saddle. And honestly, I'm not even sure how Yusum wasn't falling off in the first place. So like every struggle, you come up with a solution. And Yusum made a saddle from a swing with a lasso. Wow, that is clever and hella resourceful. But eventually Yusum caught Pan, and he starts to play the instrument to haul in the sheep because that was the deal. And because Noah said he would feed him. There has to be some type of friendship there. If you couldn't tell, I assume that that's their unique way of playing with each other. What you will discover reading this is Yusum is very smart, caring, and resourceful. Keyword, resourceful. Almost like Griffin. I say that because for this child to build this water fetcher in such a short period of time for Noah's wife blows my mind. I mean, let's be real. In the real world, we can't even get a finished street in 6 months. So I'm impressed with Yusum and Pan to be able to build something like that in such a quick amount of time. So Pan and Yusum were talking, and the question popped up that Pan wanted to know. So what are you, girl or boy? And you know, well, it's complicated.
No, God!
So instead of wondering and debating, they danced the night away with the nymphs. So an area of weakness that we can spot so far in Yusum is Yusum's not strong at all. Can't even shoot a bow. Sounds very close to Guts, even though he couldn't swing a sword twice his size at his age. So you get the point that there's an area of weakness that Yusum needs to grow in. And Yusum gets the feeling that all main characters get, which is it's time to move on. And this is no different from Yusum. This burning desire to explore and see what's out there in the world is staring Yusum right in the face, literally. And Noah knows and recognizes it. I mean, look at his face. He looks so sad. So Noah said, look, you need to learn how to use the bow before leaving the mountains. And you know what that means. Needs more training from the old man. But even though Yusum has qualities and struggles very similar to Guts, I think maybe we are following the story of a struggler that would be compared to Griffith.
For they have no dream.
Hence the reason why I said a new struggler has been born. Because Yusum is a hermaphrodite god, so already this entity doesn't belong in the world. On top of that, we will not be getting new chapters that frequently.
Why you always lying?
Very similar to Berserk. Let me know if y'all agree with me on that or disagree. We could talk about it in the comments below. If you are looking for some of the most amazing Berserk content, Mastermind Comics in the building can get you what you need. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content from us. And also watch why Casca's past is so sad while you're on this channel. You know you want to.